The Yankees are being linked to Edwin Diaz. We're going to talk about that here in a few moments. They've called the Cardinals about Brendan Donovan. We're going to go over if that makes sense. They're once again linked to Michael King. And we're going to clear up this Ketel Marte situation because if you guys haven't heard, he has the Yankees on his no-trade list, and there's a reason. It could be because maybe he doesn't want to come here, but there's a much different reason why you put certain teams on your no-trade list. But do me a favor, if you love the Yankees and you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. So, according to Ken Rosenthal, the Yankees have interest in signing closer Edwin Diaz. Now, I feel like this has been a thing for a little while. We've known that the Yankees would be interested in signing Diaz. Rosenthal just basically confirms it. But Diaz this past year with the Mets had a good year. 1.63 ERA, 62 appearances, 28 saves, 66 and a third innings pitched, 98 strikeouts with a 0.874 whip. Would I like Edwin Diaz? Yeah, I would. 31 years old, is going to turn 32 rather, on March 22nd. I would love Edwin Diaz. He's going to cost you though, and people are expecting him to sign a contract similar to what he signed with the Mets, around $102 million for 5 years. That brings him to 37 years old. If I'm the Yankees, of course you're going to show interest in him because you need a closer, number one. But number two, I don't see the Yankees signing him. I don't even see him going back to the Mets. In fact, I see the Dodgers signing him and just blowing Edwin out of the water with a really big deal. It seems like Edwin wants to go back to the Mets, but if the Dodgers just come out of nowhere and they reportedly want to add a high leverage arm, well, Edwin Diaz is the top high leverage arm on the market. If they go and offer Edwin Diaz a deal he can't refuse, well, listen, he won't be pitching in New York anymore. He's going to go over to LA and pitch there and potentially win a World Series with them. So it's a nice thought to have that the Yankees could maybe add Edwin Diaz, one of the best back-end pitchers in Major League Baseball, of course. I just don't see it happening, unfortunately. I would like it to happen. I just don't see it happening. But hey, Rosenthal reports that the Yankees have shown interest in Edwin Diaz. And it would be kind of sweet to kind of take him away from the Mets after they took Juan Soto away from us. Just had to throw that in there. But the New York Yankees have called the Cardinals about Brendan Donovan. Now, Donovan, solid ball player. He's not the kind of guy who's going to knock your socks off, but solid ball player, good ball player. Last year for the Cardinals, hit 287, 10 homers with 50 RBI. He's a utility guy. He could play anywhere. That's his value. That's why you would get him. He played 800 innings over there at second base last year for the Cardinals. Played a tiny bit amount of short for the Cardinals last year. Played 152 innings over there in left field. Primarily played second base, but you could move him around the infield. He does have a lot of experience in different positions. Left-handed bat, consistent player, good when healthy. It depends what you have to trade to go get Brendan Donovan. That's my opinion. I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna move a really great piece for Donovan, like an expensive piece for Donovan. I believe he had like a -1 outs above average last year over there at second base. He had a 775 OPS, 119 OPS plus. Good solid ball player, is a free agent in 2028. Good solid ball player. Nothing against him. For me though, cool if we could get him, great. If we don't get him, I'm not going to cry about it. I'm just not. Good ball player, though. Solid ball player. I will say that. Now, Michael King. Jim Bowden reports that a reunion with Michael King could be on the horizon for the Yankees. Now, we talked about this, I believe, a week ago. The potential reunion with Michael King. That would feel good for me. And here's why. you trade. He's basically he was the centerpiece. Him, obviously, along with Drew Thorpe, were the two big pieces to go to San Diego for Juan Soto. I would love it if the Yankees could bring one of the main, if not the main piece of that trade back, being that we don't have Soto anymore. So it would be nice to have King back. Last year, King started in 15 games, went 5-3, 3.44 ERA, 73 in the third innings pitched, 76 strikeouts. He loved being a Yankee. He liked pitching here. The Yankees liked him. There's interest there. I could see them going back and signing King. It would be a good move. It just depends. It depends the amount of money. It depends the amount of money that you sign him for. Is it going to cost you 6 years for 130, 140? Go see if you could sign Imai, the top Japanese pitcher on the market. Go see if you could sign him first. I would just, if you're going to spend that kind of money in those kind of years, that's just how I would do it. I think the world of Michael King. I think the world of him. I would love to have him back. Let's see what the top Japanese pitcher that's coming over from Japan, let's see what he wants. See if you can get him. If you can't get him, if you land on King, I'll be absolutely thrilled. I'll be happy about it. Now, Ketel Marte. According to John Heyman, the New York Yankees are on Marte's no-trade list. Now, Marte is one of the top players in baseball. He doesn't cost that much as much as a top player should cost. He'll cost you like $16 million per for the first few seasons. Marte hit .283 this past year, switch hitter, 28 homers, 72 RBI with an .893 OPS and a 145 OPS plus. His career OPS of .823, but his OPS over his last 3 years have been well over that. Marte is a very good ball player. I would love to have him. I think he makes a ton of sense. And for those of you that don't think he makes sense, because we have Jazz, you just put Jazz in a package alongside others, because Ketel Marte comes with a long-term deal. Jazz, you don't know if you're going to re-sign him, if you're going to sign him to an extension. You have no idea right now. You put Jazz in a potential trade package for Marte alongside others, of course. You'd probably have to trade more for Marte. The likelihood of him moving isn't very high right now, but if you're the Yankees and you could potentially explore this, please do. Now, the Yankees are on his no-trade list, as I stated before. This doesn't mean that he doesn't want to be a Yankee. It could mean that. It could mean he doesn't want to be here, but it doesn't have to mean that. Generally, when a player puts a team on a no-trade list, it's because there's a high likelihood that that team could show interest in that player. So then it's like, okay, if that's the case, well, I want to have a say if I want to go there or not. 1, 2, it gives the player some type of leverage to renegotiate and add some incentives for the player to be traded to waive his no trade clause. So maybe alter the money in his contract or something like that, to where, hey, we could change some things here for the player to give the player an incentive to want to play for that team. So that's probably why the Yankees are on his list, is because they're likely to trade for him so he could have a say if he goes there or not. And 2, if you want me, okay, great, fine. Well, I need a little more. I need a little something to come here. It doesn't mean he doesn't want to come here. It just means, hey, I'm going to put the Yankees on there and not the Tampa Bay Rays, because the Yankees are most likely to trade for me with this contract that I currently have, rather than the Rays, which most likely won't want to trade for me. I don't really have to worry or think about that. So that's why players put a no trade in there, is to, if the team is likely to potentially trade for him, they at least have the choice of, hey, do I want to go there or not? And 2, it gives the player some leverage. It gives the player some, hey, all right, let's talk about something here. Let's get something done if you really want me that bad. So listen, I want to know what you guys have to say down in the comments. Would you like Brendan Donovan on the Yankees? Would you like the Yankees trading for Ketel Marte? Would you love the Yankees to sign closer Edwin Diaz? You let me know what you think about all of that down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.